Ben Simmons stuff. I think, Joel Embiid has denied rifts between Ben Simmons. We talked about this before with, trying to think of the right word. We talked about this with, before, like, maybe I just talked to my friends about it, so I'll talk to you guys about it. Well, I'll read the story first. So Joel Embiid has denied rifts with the 76ers teammate Ben Simmons and said Wednesday in a series of tweets that he loves playing with the embattled star in Philadelphia. Stop using my name to push people's agenda. Embiid tweeted, I love and hate drama. I love you, Ben. Stats don't lie. He's an amazing player, and we all didn't get the job done. It's on me personally. I hope everyone is back because we're going to be good enough to win. Embiid's response was to the tweeted highlighted by USA Today. Obviously, it was I believe it was like Real GM or like something NBA, like the ESPN, kind of like one of those like really popular accounts, but isn't verified. And again, to me, and we also had, Joel also talk about, 2 years ago, he was getting booed, people wanting him traded. And for clarity, I love criticism. I love when I'm told I can't do something. It makes me work harder to prove that everything I'm not. But not everyone is built like that. And to me, I think that's a cop-out. And the reason why I think it's a cop-out for Embiid to for Embiid to mention this is because we literally heard him and Doc Rivers publicly crap on... Oh, what's up, Justin? How you doing, man? Hopefully you are enjoying your Friday. Hopefully you got the day off today, or hopefully you're not working too long and can enjoy your Friday with your family. I know that that's probably the most important thing, but if you are working, hopefully I can provide a little bit of entertainment to kind of ease your day. But to go back to kind of what I was saying here, my issue with this whole thing is that Embiid and Doc Rivers publicly... I don't want to cuss, but basically they pooped on him, or they kind of just like trash talked him. They basically they shat on him. They shat on him during that playoff series where they were upset that he didn't take the final shot. They don't know if he would have been the guy to do it. And to me, when you say that about your teammate, how could that not cause a rift with them? I mean, look, I'm not saying you got to be best friends with your teammate. I'm not even saying you got to be hating on them. But the fact that you were kind of so neutral about it, and the fact that you were so publicly saying like, yeah, we're fine, we're cool, is because I know that you don't want to play with anybody less than the superstar. My issue with all this is the fact that you think that Ben Simmons is going to forget about what you said and say, man, that shot, it really changed the complexion of the game. It really changed the game. And how do you think Ben Simmons is going to feel? Like, again, I'm not trying to be a Ben Simmons defender here, but how would that make anybody feel if you were an employee and then all of a sudden, your boss is talking about you and he's saying like, yeah, John, he didn't really do the job. We had one of our dudes, John, he couldn't cut it. We gave him opportunities and he kind of blew every single one and didn't really take advantage of the situation at hand. And then, of course, that creates that rift. And then you're seeing here that, John wants to trade and transfer to a different location. I believe the same thing is happening here with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has demanded a trade. Again, I don't feel like Ben Simmons is in the right to do that because, to be honest with you, I don't think he's taking that next progression or that next step forward to be that guy, to be the dude that carries a franchise around on his back. To me, he's the third guy. He's a Chris Bosh. He's a Kevin Love. A very solid player, can do a lot of different things. I think defensively, he's an anchor. He's a unit. But the problem is offensively, he's shown each and every year that he has not progressed. In fact, he's gotten worse in the fact that he is taking less shots all the time. I mean, I can show you the stats. So I know that you guys don't think I'm just like capping and lying about it. We can talk about Ben Simmons stats. I mean, let's look at the stats. I know we've covered Ben Simmons stats. We should be knowing all these stats by now. But if we look at the attempts per game, and this is of course field goal attempts, it has gone down each and every year. This isn't something that where Ben Simmons is like 1 year it's 12, 1 year it's 13. And that may be due because of, Tobias Harris being added to the roster. Someone, I think, Tobias Harris, taking away a little bit more of the offensive touches. But the fact that you've gone from almost 12 shots a game to about 10 shots a game, and we can even go more towards 2-pointers and free throws. Free throws attempted has gone down. I mean, obviously, it's not his first year, where it was at like a 4.2 attempts per game, but it's still gone down, every year since he's been an all-star, right? 5.4 all the way to 4.9. And that to me is a concern. And then if we look at the 2-point shots, it has gone down to 9.9. Like, he has regressed as a player. And again, I have no problem if you're regressing as a player, and my thing is like, and I've always stated this, like, I think Ben Simmons is in love with the limelight of being an NBA player, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hell, I think I would be the same way too in some regards. I think everybody would. But at the same time, when you look at the whole situation, when you look at everything at hand, when you're seeing players and sort of what's going on right now, the frustrating part about all of this is the fact that you have put yourselves as the 76ers and as Ben Simmons in a position where both parties look like they're idiots. To be honest with you, it's like, to me, it's like, why would Ben Simmons want to hold out? Why would he think that he had the leverage? He doesn't. And, the 76ers, why wouldn't you trade him for James Harden? I think both parties are in the wrong here. And to be honest with you, I want to really get to the deep core reason as to why I think this is. Like, my frustration that I have with the 76ers and really with Ben Simmons, and more so, I would say, like, this is kind of the leading cause as to why I think Ben Simmons has not progressed as quickly as I think a lot of people would like him to, is because they've been used to a losing culture ever since the process started. The 76ers have been on this tear and on this quest to basically tank their teams in order to find the players that they want. Whether it was Jahlil Okafor, whether it was Nerlens Noel, or whether it was Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, Joel Embiid. It doesn't matter who it was. What frustrates me the most is that, like, you have a guy in Ben Simmons who's actually, I think can do a better job. I mean, obviously the points forward, he's done a little bit worse. Blocks, about the same. Steals about the same. Assists lower than usual, less than 7. I think that's a concern for me. And rebounding wise, about 5.6 a game. And that's not going to cut it in the NBA. That's not going to cut it. And it's not going to cut being an all-star. I understand he got voted because the 76ers fans are so passionate. They're so loyal. And it's crazy to me that Ben Simmons is not loyal to them and gives them a farewell tour. Not saying that you got to be like waving around in a parade or anything like that, but at least kind of wave, the fans off, or say like, hey man, like, I'm sorry that I'm leaving, but I have to do this in order to kind of pull along my career. And again, I just, what infuriates me the most is that because of the losing culture in Philly, it allowed guys like Joel Embiid, and really more specifically Ben Simmons, to not be held accountable for some of the actions that they did. They didn't get held accountable for when, they were, maybe, they just didn't hold each other accountable. You look at the situation, like I said, you have Ben Simmons basically getting, publicly chastised by Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers, and I think that's going to frustrate anybody. And so we'll see what happens there. Like I said, I'm very disappointed in the fact that we have yet to get the Ben Simmons. Oh, what's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Let me down this. I feel like I'm dozing off a little bit, so let me down my pre-workout. Hopefully, get a little bit more caffeine in me, because I definitely need the caffeine. I'm honestly kind of drowsing right now, so I do apologize if it looks like I'm like there. I'm trying to get awake here, but again, I think the frustrating part, and I understand where people are coming from. The thing that I can't get from this whole situation, I do apologize to my people that are watching this as an edited version of this video. I do apologize for that last little bit. The frustrating part for me is that, you have people really going out and attacking 76ers fans. Like I said, we had Joel Embiid basically attacking them with these 2 tweets, and I can kind of show you guys, haven't forgotten about 2 years ago when Philly wanted me traded. They were booing me and stuff like that. Like, look, Philly fans, we know, are the most passionate. They're also the most rude, and they're also the most, like, I'm trying to think of the right word. They're almost similar to Knicks fans in that sense. The thing that frustrates me about this is that basically Joel Embiid is trying to take all the blame off of him, Doc Rivers, and Ben Simmons, and basically putting it on the fans, saying that it's you guys' fault that we're doing bad. It's Philly fans as the reason why Ben Simmons wants to leave. No, that's not the case at all. It is what you said, Troel Embiid. It is what you said to Ben Simmons indirectly, talking about, let's play the clip, because I really want to play this clip for you guys of what of what Joel Embiid said to of what he said about Ben Simmons. So let's look at the Joel Embiid on Ben Simmons post game. So you can really kind of figure out what he kind of said. And let's see here. I don't want to play the full clip. Here it is. Now I want to play this for you guys. I'll start at the beginning. Again, it's 50 seconds, so hopefully you guys are able to hear this. But let's hear it out.
To be honest, I thought the turning point was, when we, I don't know how to say it, but I thought the turning point was just, we had an open shot, and we made one free throw, and we missed the other, and then they came down and scored, and we didn't get a good possession on the other end, and Trey came.
So you heard him when he said it all talked about when we missed that shot. And, we can even go to, let's go to Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, we can kind of blame him. Let's check the tapes. What did he say about him? And we can kind of see, let's see if we can get to that part of it. About Kenny.
Point blank misses we had at the rim. How many fast breaks that we blew in transition where we didn't get anything out of and they got something. But the last part of that, we just did not trust each other. We didn't trust the open guy tonight.
How much do you think that Doc, you think Ben Simmons can still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become?
Yeah, David, I don't know that question or the answer to that right now.
And again, maybe Doc Rivers, maybe Joel Embiid are talking out of frustration. But here's something that you don't say. And this is like for anything in life, whether you have a significant other, whether you are part of your own basketball team or whatever. It doesn't matter if you're mad. You have to make sure you say the right things because they can be interpreted in many different ways. Ben Simmons heard both Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers publicly shat on him right here in this video and that I'm just showing you right now. These two video clips from Bleacher Report, and I'm not sure what the other one was, but I do apologize that I didn't shout them out. Rodney Blake, shout out to you for being in the live chat. You said should have been tweeted that 2 months ago. He probably should have. And that probably would have said, this is like the save the marriage type of thing. But this to me, like I talked about with the significant other or whether you have someone that you have a special relationship with, whether that be a parent, whether that be a child, you as a parent to a child or you as a child to a parent, or just anything where you're having this relationship, a coach to a player that we obviously seeing here, you don't publicly crap on him. Like, I don't care who you are. You need to, you could say like right now, I just think that we are frustrated and I think that we should have done a better job, but I do think that Ben Simmons can help us in many ways to be a point guard for us. And I think if he would have said, right now I'm just really thinking about this game, really frustrated, and there, I would be fine with it. I think everybody would be fine with it. But the problem is because Ben Simmons brought up the missed shot, because Doc Rivers said kind of made a comment on a player that was stated in the question, Ben Simmons. He says, can he be the point guard for him? He said he doesn't know. And when you are with your wife, when you're with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, husband, you don't say things publicly to people in a large crowd, right? There's a reason why it's awkward when couples fight in front of people. Because it doesn't look good. It never looks good. And to me, these two players, these two people have to be held responsible, for this Ben Simmons situation just as much as you want to blame the fans, just as much as you want to blame Ben Simmons himself. Ben Simmons also has to hold himself accountable as well, because maybe the counter argument to what I'm saying is that, well, at least they told him the truth, right? They said, hey, you need to improve. You need to do a better job of improving. And maybe Ben Simmons needed to kind of take that tough criticism, that tough love, because maybe he's always been coddled. And, that's kind of the story that's talked about with Stephen A. and what he said, sources, reliable to him. They said Ben Simmons is coddled. And whether that's true or not, it looks bad in this interview, it looks bad with the trade rumors because it does look like he's coddled. It looks like, someone is not really telling him the truth. Everyone around him is a yes man. And that to me is the frustrating part about everything in this sort of situation. Don't be a yes man. The reason why you don't want to be a yes man is because you are not being truthful. You're not being honest. And it really hurts your team. I mean, look, Ben Simmons had 5 freaking points in this game. And the Hawks, won the series 4-3. They won this series with your third best player scoring only 5 points. Really, it should be your second best player. 5 points. We can look at the other stats if you want to, and kind of go to what happened in that game. We can go to that playoff series. Maybe we can go to the playoff log. Thoughts on Kawhi on the Drake music video? We'll watch it together. We'll watch it on mute, Sean, at the end of the stream. So let me finish this Ben Simmons talk, and we can kind of get into watching that because I think it's actually really funny. But we'll watch it in just a second. Again, I want to go to this game, and hopefully we can find it here in playoff log. I'm not sure if there's like a playoff log that we can kind of find. Let's see here. Maybe I'll just have to kind of click on their playoff. Let's see here. Playoffs. Am I on playoff? Playoff. And go here to the 2021 game and kind of look at his postseason game. Oh, maybe this regular season. Let's see if there's a postseason. Come on, where's the postseason at? Playoffs. And this was the final, I believe this was the final game right here. He had 8 rebounds, 13 assists, and 5 points. And he took 4 shots in that game. That's inexcusable, man. I don't care if you are the most pass-first point guard ever in history of the NBA. You could literally be Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo takes more attempts at the rim than Ben Simmons has that entire playoff series. 2 for 4. 2 for 6, 5 for 10, 7 for 11. Look, I'm not asking Ben Simmons to be Wilt. I'm not asking him to be Magic Johnson. I'm not asking him to be anything. But the one thing I will demand from my superstar, especially if I'm paying you like a super, and that's the thing too. I hate the fact that people are saying, oh, well, the 76ers have mistreated Ben Simmons. How have they mistreated Ben Simmons when they gave him the max? They gave him the max amount of money a player that's off his rookie deal could get at that time. You can't tell me that he got disrespected by the 76ers when they literally paid him big bucks to stay. And to me, that's what's frustrating as a fan, and that's what's frustrating to me as someone who loves the game and someone that, obviously I wish I could play at the NBA level. Obviously I can't. And I could be like, oh, well, if I was in this position, I'd be this. No, the thing that frustrates me is, the fact that he didn't even try to get better. He's been the same player since he was a rookie. And I know my boy Pete is going to go in on me for being so aggressive and so rude to him. Maybe not rude is the right word, but I've been very critical of him. And the reason why I've been very critical is him, and like I talked about many times, because I believe in his ability. I believe that he could have been that player. The problem is I don't know what he can be now. He wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be on the 76ers anymore. He wants to be on a different team. And the question for me is, like, what team is there for him to go to? What team can he go to that he could be a dominant player? What team can he go to be someone that can make a difference for a team? I don't know the answers to that. And what is his trade value? Because right now the 76ers are looking at this as, we just gave you a contract extension. We're not really looking to move you. So if you don't want to play, if you don't want to show up, that's fine with us. You're just going to get fined. And it is what it is. And I think, they could do the James Harden approach. But again, no one's going to want to trade for Ben Simmons for a lot of stuff. Even the Warriors, who probably, I think the 76ers should have been like, yeah, we don't need a superstar. Just give us those 2 picks and we'll be fine. And Wiseman. Maybe that offer wasn't even on the table. But what I will say is that I think that there is a frustrating scenario going on in the NBA at this moment. Because you're seeing a lot of players, or I should say you're seeing a lot of fans really turn their heads and really get angry at the 76ers. Chet Holmgren would be a better point guard than Ben Simmons. I don't know about that. I think Ben Simmons does have his role in the league, but the problem is that you're seeing someone in Ben Simmons who, you know, hasn't really improved since his rookie year. Where I believe maybe Chet can improve. I think Chet and Paulo are going to be. Honestly, I think that's going to be a great rivalry between those two. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to look forward to as we continue to watch their careers unfold in Duke and in Gonzaga. Because I think it'll be fun to kind of watch Chet at Gonzaga with Timmy. I think it'd be fun to watch Paulo kind of be the man, be the main show at Duke, and see what he can do with that team. But kind of going back to the Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid route, I know Joel Embiid had good intentions with his tweets. I understand he's trying to save face, trying to kind of be like, well, it wasn't me who drove Ben Simmons away. That video I just showed said everything I needed to know about that relationship. And like I said, I don't need you to be buddy-buddy. I don't need you to be going out together. But what I will say is that you need a little bit of camaraderie. You need a little bit of teamwork, because even Chris Paul made efforts to work out with James Harden. And, I can't say the same about Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And that's the problem also with Ben Simmons, is that he hasn't talked at all through this whole thing. He's done it through agents. He's done it through stories, and, kind of let the media kind of take a spin on it. Obviously, we're talking about it here on the channel. And the problem with that, and I would say the problem would be with that, is that you're looking at a situation with Ben Simmons where I think he just needs to be openly honest. And I think someone needs to be honest with him in his camp and be like, dude, we need to improve. We need you to step up. Again, not saying you got to be the most efficient shooter in the world. I think that's the problem, is that he's too afraid of going under that 50% mark and not really being an efficient shooter, not really being an efficient player. And then that's going to be people being like, oh, well, Ben Simmons is so inefficient. Like, why is he not being more efficient with his shots? Whereas, you see other players, they're just chucking it. They're chucking the shots up. They're chucking everything up, whether it's at the rim or whether they're passing it to the other teammates. Like, they're doing something with the ball. Ben Simmons, on the other hand, is passing the ball away and basically staying at the corner, at the X spots, at the dunker spots, and not really contributing to the team in that manner. So again, I would be frustrated if I am the 76ers, because I believe I did give Ben Simmons everything. It wasn't like I half bargained the contract for nothing. And so Ben Simmons needs to learn and realize, like, look, my market value has absolutely plummeted, and he has to pick it back up. He has to get back in the gym, working out. I don't know what he's been doing this offseason. Again, I don't need videos of you working out in the offseason besides some of the videos of you playing pickup at the local YMCA. And that's fine doing that, because I think it doesn't, maybe it does help in some aspect, but I think the guys need a little bit more training. They need a little bit more, kind of shooting coaching. And I just think that someone needs to be in his camp listening to him to get him to be the best shooter that he can be. But nevertheless, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys make of this Ben Simmons news? And basically, what do you make of this Joel Embiid? Do you guys agree with me? Do you disagree? And what do you guys think of the 76ers organization being at fault for what Joel Embiid said about the crowd, and even what Ben Simmons said about the crowd? I know he talked about it before, and he was very frustrated with that team. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys make of that story? Please let me know whether you're in the live chat or if you're watching this video past live.